Happy Friday, guys. I'm Savina. Welcome to my channel. So today we are on episode 2 of Sorting Hogwarts Houses, and we are talking about Hufflepuffs. And it's really funny, at the beginning of this project, when I went into it, I was under the impression, and this is how it started, that we take what house we're sorted into pretty seriously, and my view, or at least it seemed that there weren't that many Hufflepuffs, and I felt like there were a lot of misconceptions based on Hufflepuffs especially. Mainly that there's not a big following for them. A lot of people may see them as wimpy or not that brave. And what I found out is that's not the case. So in the beginning, and this was surprising, instead of finding majority Slytherin and Gryffindor, what I found were a lot of Hufflepuffs, and that wasn't a bad thing. And at the end of this, it actually turns out that Hufflepuffs, with this one wasn't that much of a surprise, were actually some of the first people to engage with me and actually start having conversations with me, and took less time to respond to me. So I would say the friendly nature is very true. So the thing is, and even what I found out was, most Hufflepuffs themselves feel like they're the underdogs. And I guess obviously you could see that. I mean, in the series, even in the books, the movies, most of the attention is focused around Gryffindor and Slytherin. And now, when it was all said and done, after talking to everybody that I have, it turns out that Hufflepuff has a strong fan base. Hufflepuff Nation, you are huge. They were some of the most eager to talk to me. Everybody was really excited to answer my question, and this is the overall consensus. Most Hufflepuffs agree that they are friendly, loyal, fair, hardworking, giving. And overall, from everybody I talked to, that was an agreement. The funny thing is, almost every Hufflepuff I spoke to believed that they were the underdogs because most people pick their houses, and the houses they choose are usually Gryffindor and Slytherin. Now, through this whole experiment, if you will, what I found out is that most people on Pottermore, when they're sorted into their house, that's the house they stick with. If we were to actually be sorted into our houses by the sorting hat, after we were placed into a house, we couldn't change it. So I kind of like that everybody, for the most part, what they were sorted into is what they picked. And that was part of the first video. What would you do if you were really heck bent on a certain house and you ended up into the complete opposite of what you thought? Now, when it came to actually asking Hufflepuffs about other houses, and people in real life who were sorted into other houses, that's the thing, not just in the books or the movies, they were in agreement with these things. Slytherins in real life are very easy to befriend. Everybody agrees Ravenclaws are creative and a bit quirky, if you will. Gryffindors, everybody seems to be in agreement that Gryffindors in real life can push you outside of your comfort zone, and they believe they're fun people to be around. Yay, Gryffindor. I half expected some of it, but it was really pleasing. And another interesting thing I found out is, and I brought this up in the first video as well, when it comes to people who identify with two houses, or let's say they say they're in a hybrid house, so like Griffin Puff or Raven Puff, or a combination of any of the houses, right? What was interesting is most people that were in a hybrid house, Hufflepuff was always for the most part, their second choice. So it would be Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff. And I thought that was so funny. So most people chose Hufflepuff as their second house regardless. Another really interesting part of all of this, all of the other houses, and this is just something I'm going to throw in there, when I asked them about Hufflepuff or the other houses as well, nobody saw Hufflepuff as an underdog or a lesser house. Like, everybody actually held Hufflepuff at a really high standard. In fact, Hufflepuffs were the ones who were calling themselves underdogs. And from all the information I gathered, they do not seem like the underdogs at all. Even though, yes, I understand they didn't get a lot of time in the spotlight in the movies or the series, but what they stand for as a house and a group of individuals, it's really strong. What ended up happening as well, I actually made a couple of really great friends who are Hufflepuffs through Instagram, and we just started talking as soon as I asked them about this, and we kind of just hit it off. So I would say, from my personal viewpoint as a Gryffindor, Hufflepuffs are definitely easy to befriend and easy to talk to, and very loving, genuine people. At least the Hufflepuffs I've interacted with. I met a friend and she's very talented. I'm in New York, she's in Paris, which is also extra cool about all of this. I was talking to people from all over the place. Her Instagram is Undercover.squib, and she's amazing and very talented. I'm probably going to link her account down below. Like creative stuff, and which is funny, she's a really creative type. She was sorted into Hufflepuff, she identifies with Hufflepuff, she loves Hufflepuff, but I see traits of her in Ravenclaw as well. And then that ties in with my theory. So my overall theory when it comes to all of this is we all have a little bit of each house, but we draw or hold traits a little bit more strongly to one in particular. Overall, this has been a lot of fun for me. I love talking to people, getting their perspectives. I got a lot of general information, a lot of the same information that it seems a lot of people agree with. Do you think any of it is wrong? What about Hufflepuffs, for the most part, their viewpoints on the other houses? Is it correct to you? Does it seem off? I'm probably going to end with this fun fact. So, my best friend, she's a Ravenclaw, we was talking about this, and she's the one who brought it to my attention. And I've heard this before, but now that this kind of discussion came back into play, she told me that each house is supposed to represent a different element. So in Hufflepuff's case, they represent Earth, because they, again, are seen to be calm, patient, fair. I think that's pretty accurate. Overall, when it came to Hufflepuffs, nothing really surprised me that much. Everybody seems to be on the same page. The main thing that surprised me is how strong Hufflepuff Nation is. So that's pretty amazing, and I'm happy about that. Now, when it comes to the other houses and that element aspect to it, can you guess what element belongs to the other houses? I think that's a fun one. If you have an idea, comment down below. Overall, all I want to do is just gain perspective and talk about the houses a bit more. Also, let's make this fun. I have 3 houses left. Which one do you want to see next? Comment down below. I still have some responses to comb through. Gotten some pretty interesting perspectives when it comes to the other houses though as well. So tell me which one you want to see next. Hufflepuffs, you should be proud of yourselves. Really, you should. It's amazing. I am going to end here. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell. If you do, thank you so much. Talk to me, tell me what you want to see. My email is always in the description down below, or comment down below. It doesn't matter, I'll respond. This is why I started my channel. I want to hear from you guys. As always, I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, being mindful, keep yourselves busy. The weather is finally beautiful. There's a lot to look forward to, I think. So with that, until next time. Again, subscribe. Until next time.